Hey, what's up everyone? In the last video that I shot, we set up the throttle linkage and the throttle servo as well as the carburetor on the 600 Nitro. In this video, we're going to go through and completely set up the governor. Now, when I say completely set up, we're going to set up in the radio, we're going to go into our radio and we're going to set up all the throttle curves. Your pitch curves can be whatever you want, but the throttle curves need to be specific according to the iKon program. So we're going to go in, we're going to set that up, and then we're going to go into the program and we're going to make sure, one, that it's picking up the magnet that we just installed in a brand new aluminum fan, and that we have a bank that is actually going to use governor. We're going to dive into the program. I'm going to show you the text where it shows you what to put in there in your throttle curves. Then we're going to double check the magnet, make sure it's still picking up that magnet like we did in the video I shot 2 videos ago. Then we're going to make sure our F mode switch is actually going to change between the 3 different head speed settings. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive onto the computer. Right now I don't have the helicopter on, so I'm going to crank my radio on, make sure throttle holds on and all that good stuff, because this radio won't turn on without throttle hold being on. Then I'm going to go ahead and crank on this helicopter, which is right next to the camera. Wait for it to initialize. Alright, we're all connected up. Everything's working. Went ahead and took the throttle hold off. That way our servos are going to move and it's going to actually register on the program. So now let's dive into that program and let's get this governor set up. Right. So here's the program that we have set up. What we need to do is we need to go in to the governor setting. Now if I move my throttle up and down, as you can see, it's hitting all 3 of the speeds. So I know that it's getting something. What we need to do is I'm going to slowly turn this engine over and make sure that right down here it's going to say magnet detected. You can just barely see that check mark too. And right there it is. As you can see, we've got our check mark. It's picking up the magnet. I know my sensing divisor is going to be 1. I know my gear ratio is 8.5. So every bit of that is set up. Now we need to dive down and actually change the throttle curves. And what we need to do to the throttle curves, we'll go ahead, scroll that down. 0 to 25% is going to be no governor. 25 to 49 is like a flat 40% is going to be this speed right here. Then your 50 to 74%, flat 60, is going to be speed 2. And then a 75% to 100% throttle curve is going to be speed 3. Now 1850, 2000, and 2150, I can handle that. I'll just go ahead and leave those right where they are. Alright guys, so here we got the DX9, and what we're going to do is we're going to go in and go to throttle curve. As you can see, on my normal, I'm showing a linear throttle curve. Number 1, I got 85%, number 2, I got 100%. This was me testing without a governor. So now, what I want to do is I want to go in here, I want to put that, let's go ahead and take that one to 6. This is going to be our idle. Alright, if it doesn't idle, that's the only one that I need to raise up. Now we'll go down here and we're going to set this one at 35%, and then this one 35%, and we're going to put the rest of them at 35%. Now if those are at 35%, a lot of people put that at 30%. I put it 35%, why not? Alright, now we need to scroll back up, go into this one. We're going to put a flat 60% on this one. And you see over here how it's got kind of a curvy line? That's because over here I've got Expo turned on for some reason. It's not going to stay that way. Alright, there's our flat curve. Go back, turn that back off. Now we'll go into here, and that one's at 100%, and that's perfect. Alright, so now we're on normal mode. This switch right back here is all the way back. Go into idle up 1.
Stunt 1.
As you can see, that little line moves. Idle up 2.
2.
Everything works
Stunt
perfect.
1. Normal mode.
Give me my light back. Now we'll flip our hold switch.
Hold mode.
Goes all the way over here on that little line down there. So everything in this radio is completely set up now. That's all you have to set up in your radio to turn your governor on. So let's dive back up to the computer. Alright, as you can see right here, I have no green lights on. Now if I turn my throttle hold off, my throttle's all the way down. What I'm going to do, as you can see here, I'm at 7%. Now I set 6% in there, and if I pull my stick down it goes to 6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise that up And as soon as it hits 25%, it kicks on the first governor setting. I can go up, and as you can see, it stops at 35%, which is where I had it set. I can go all the way up on my throttle, but this isn't going to change because I got a flat curve. Now, if I flip into idle up 1,
Stunt 1.
it goes over here to speed number 2. Idle up 2,
Stunt 2.
it goes down to the speed 3. That's it. That's all you have to do. Our magnet is still being sensed. I can move it. That takes a check mark away, move it back. There's the check mark back again. As you saw, the RPM was jumping around, even though we don't have any RPM, it's not started. Alright, so that is all there is to setting it up. The only other thing you need to do is go over here into your flight modes or flying style setup and make sure you have the governor checked on the parameters you want to use the governor in. Now, if you don't use the governor and you hit 35%, it's probably going to drop out of the sky. But as you can see, I can switch all my modes. I'm using governor on mode 1. I'm in a beginner. I've got sport on this one, and then I've got 3D on this one. It's just for me to try out, you know, just having fun. But I know I want to use a governor on every single one of them, so I'll go ahead and check that box there. Now, I have not set up auto level yet. That's coming in another video. But right now, we're only doing the governor. I got governor on all of them. Everything is saved in there. It works.
Transmitter low battery. Transmitter low battery. Transmitter low
Wow,
battery.
she's going to keep telling me that. So I'll kind of cover her mouth up. She's persistent. But as you can see, I'm on speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. Everything's working. If you look at my throttle down there on the bottom, 35, 60, 100. So every bit of that's working. Alright, so this lady's not going to leave me alone. I need to, wow, she was not happy at all. So I've got to charge my battery on that Ford DX9. I don't think I've charged it in a while, a long time. So guys, that's it. That's all you have to do to set up the iKon governor. Go in, make sure your check marks are in there. Set up your throttle curves. Make sure those are 30 to 35%, 60, 100. That way you can get into your different ones. Now, I've got a 5-position throttle curve. And position 1 to position 2 is going to be my idle to governor. I mean, it is a very, very small window right there that you have to sit there and burp it to where it doesn't kill the engine. If it kills the engine, then I'm probably going to have to go in and raise that up a little bit, probably 50%, you know. Just raise it up a little bit to where I can kind of feather the throttle and not kill that engine, because these things load up really bad. So guys, I hope that explains how to set up a governor on an iKon. I apologize for this video taking so long. I'm trying to get them all out now. Thanks to Matt with that 550 bringing it over, kind of got my blood going for the big helicopters again. So if you guys have any questions, jump on over to the forum, guys. Ask any question you want over there and we'll help you out. I want to thank y'all for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the forum, and we'll see you guys in the next video.